it's tiring. To me, I think stating a thesis and hoping that somehow fate will mold to your desire. This idea that LIV players can't compete, at the grandest of stages. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you look at that board and you see plenty of players that competed and played very, very well. And it's hard. I get it, because we're all in the business of generating content and generating interest. And, the high holidays of the world of golf on the men's side of the game are these major championships, right? And so everybody's trying to do whatever they can do at its highest pinnacle to get a reaction. But having said all that, it's to me, you get to a point of where it becomes a pleasure, where the talking is done by clubs and not pundits. Particularly when I feel like we're at a point in the game right now where opinions aren't always being expressed because they come from the heart. Ask me a question, here's my response. Instead, they're trying to promote an agenda. And it's always head shaking to me to go, when you grasp, and this is particularly apropos in the political season. I still kind of shake my head there too, where you put out, whichever side you're on of any issue, you put out this hard and unyielding position and opinion, and I'm thinking to myself, who's that message for? Your so-called side of an issue are already entrenched. So when you come out with this really strong position or criticism or philosophy or whatever it is, well, everybody that you're preaching to the choir, they already agree. And the other side does the same thing. I'm like, whose heart and mind are you trying to convert? Right? So I guess in the fog that is all that swirls around the majors, when you look at them in retrospect, one of the things that makes the majors is that we do get the world of golf back together again, and that we do have this ability in retrospect, without being told what to think, we're able to come to conclusions that we see based upon ratings and otherwise, which were record. It literally underscores what I'm telling you, and it's fun, right? Dom, you haven't seen the CBS ratings yet, have you? Have they put them out this morning?
No, they haven't put them out yet. But I'm just thinking while you're talking, I'm wondering if just leaning into the majors isn't the worst thing. I mean, I wonder. I shouldn't say this just off the cuff like this, but I wonder if the sport of golf is chasing ghosts. Prior to the formation of LIV, right, when it was just the golf we remember it, from say 8 years ago, Tiger or no Tiger, the events that Tiger played on the PGA Tour that were quote unquote at that time regular season events, they were still nowhere near. They were still nowhere near major championship ratings. Golf has always been defined by the four majors, and the ratings prove that. But
wait a minute, Dom, just so you know, so for clarity on this point, when Tiger would play in his events and the ratings would go up, the comparison they're making was not to those ratings that went up to the majors. The comparison they were making was those ratings that went up to the regular events that he wasn't in, because they were dramatically up. They were considerably up for a regular event.
Correct. But they were never, but a regular event with Tiger in it was never getting major championship ratings, even ones where Tiger wasn't winning. So I know this is a little left field, but I was thinking about it when you were talking, and I'm just wondering if everybody's chasing ghosts. Like, golf is the rabid fan base that golf is the four majors. That's where the ratings are. That's where they'll always be. And whether it's the live or the tour, I'm wondering if they're just chasing ghosts. Like, oh, if we just have this weird setup, then we'll all get major ratings every week. Well, I don't think that that's possible. Full stop. Ever, no matter what they do. Is that crazy?
No, it's true. It's just the way it is. It's with
It's also
golf,
not bad. I'm not. That's not a bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like this is what it is. So it is what it is.
Well, it's just it's funny because I do think there are elements of what's going on with golf that as I mentioned, are a reflection of what's going on at large in society. In the case of golf, it's always been about quality over quantity, right? But the ratings are down because the average casual fan is becoming fatigued. And I think it goes back to something that I just said quickly that I think stands by it, is the fans are tired of being told what to think. The fans are tired of being told where their moral compass should lie. The fans are tired of being told who the good guys and who the bad guys are. So it's hurting everybody. They're just like, yeah, there's a percentage of them that's like, I'll watch when the majors come around. When it's pure competition again, and I don't have to get into why did you watch that or why didn't you watch this or what have you. Which I've always thought was crazy at large. I'll just tell you, I've always thought that's crazy. I've always thought, and I've told you guys this a million times, in my opinion, that golf is a buffet. And you go to a buffet with somebody and they're like, I can't stand anchovies. I'd rather eat dirt. And somebody else is like, I love the anchovies. I'm going to put them all over my salad.